How do you find the gold in life?
To find the gold in life is to find yourself.
I search from within myself. I ask myself the questions.
Now, when you change that perspective, you actually can see how the failure can be your gain.
Find things that make you happy and do them every day, or try to do them every day, but don't beat yourself up if you can't.
And be fearless.
What is burning within you is there for a reason, so listen to it and take daily action on it.
Say yes more often to things and be open-minded to what is in front of you. It's going to make your life very interesting if you have that kind of a mindset and openness to things that are coming your way.
Starts with gratitude.
And don't let things hold you back.
2 words, be you. Because there's nobody in the whole world that's better at being you than you.
At the beginnings, you have to find yourself.
Open up, try new things. Right? Open up, try new things.
Make sure you'll have your ups and downs. Start something new. You might fail, you might succeed, but even if you fail, just go forward, find something else and push it through.
So 2 simple things. Do something that you love to do and that you're passionate about. And the second thing is recognize that over the years, the things that interest us and that we're passionate about will change.
Because life circumstances change a lot, so you need to still keep pursuing it.
We have one life in this body, so how do you want to express that? How do you want to enjoy your life?
People very often ask me about which books do I read. My answer to that is I pretty much don't read any books, honestly. I think that perhaps what we should be aiming for more often is that we are making our lives interesting enough so that you can start writing your own book about yourself, where every year should be a chapter of your own book.
You've got one life. You've got so much.
It is investment in yourself, and if you ask those people, how can you see that as investment? You have to invest your time. You are losing your time, which cannot be brought back.
I think I spent so much time in my life trying to get the world to figure out those questions for me and just actually slowing down.
But if you can't learn to be comfortable by yourself, then it's going to be incredibly hard to want success and to be successful at the top.
How do you find the gold in life?
Go after what you want, and that's where the happiness is, because you'll never be happy if you settle for something that's not your dream. Simple as that for me, anyway.
And then you forgot about it because, of course, life circumstances changed and you lost yourself in life again, and then you started a job. So I suppose you need to find these passions and come back to them.
Yes, and that is huge, to release pressure. A lot of us, that's all we really desire, is to release the pressure, release the control.
I think it comes back to what I was saying earlier, but about listening to what is in your heart.
Even before I get out of bed, I am making sure that I'm waking up and I'm finding gratitude. Maybe I didn't sleep the best or whatever the case may be. I'm always choosing to wake up and just think, okay, wow, I'm so grateful for the roof over my head. Wow, I'm so grateful for this amazing day ahead of me.
And I believe that something like that cannot be explained and learned until you experience it, And that's why even the Tony Robbins says about the emotional control, that you cannot think yourself into a state of great feeling.
Having faith in yourself and finding the support that you need, and just surrounding yourself with people that can help you, get to where you want to be.
Find something really meaningful for you, something that can change the world.
Trust people, explore, be curious. Of course, bad things will happen for sure, but bad things will happen if you stay still. So that sort of cancels that out.
You know that once your hunger stops, no matter where you are doomed for having a really bad time.
Yeah, just try to explore and learn from your own mistakes, and don't never stop believing in your abilities.
It's a great question. And to be honest, I'm always in the mode of searching, right? Because right, it seems that okay, you have this goal, and then after that, right, you move to the other, right? So
I found myself chasing down things that really just never were going to give me what I wanted, because I couldn't separate them. I couldn't separate what other people wanted or what other people thought I should be doing versus what I actually wanted to do.
There are three things for me in what you said. First is, what is gold?
Find your passions, find yourself, and then find that vision where you want to go.
The second thing is that even if you know what gold is, if you're not looking for it, you can pass next to it without realizing.
Purpose of life is the happiness, you know, to pursue that happiness, because it's not always that you are happy. You still need to pursue it, even if you become happy, you know.
And the third is about the materiality of that goal.
And then you can start setting the goals, like, okay, I want to become a millionaire, but why?
I can tell you one thing, that when you're positive, when you have positive emotions, then your health is much better than when you are negative, bitter, angry. So try to be happy, and you will see how better your health will be than in a case that you're angry to anyone and anything.
Absolutely, yeah, and you need to adapt, right?
I think it's so important to be kind to yourself, because so many people will beat themselves up. Oh, I didn't do my reading today, or oh, I didn't do this or that or the other, and then they fall off the wagon completely.
And that's why the Jordan Peterson even says that it is much better to be in a really horrible place and have that vision of getting better, even step by step, than being on a really, really great place, like having the abundance of money, of everything, and not having anything to like hope for and strive for.
I have always been like super uncompromising about following where my curiosity and passion took me. Like, I traveled, I worked in a lot of different ways and places, and I, became an artist and a performer, and worked in film and TV, reality TV.
Broaden your horizons. Be kinder to yourself. Get up early. It doesn't have to be early. I say early. My early is 8 o'clock in the morning. Other people's early is 5 o'clock in the morning.
Thinking now, doing something and then thinking, oh, will I regret if I fail? Don't regret any fails. You failed, but you learned. Just make sure you learned something.
I'm waking up happy, and choosing to wake up happy and choosing to find so many things to be thankful for, that changes my mood instantly.
Fail or succeed, make sure you always learn something. Make sure you just go forward, don't go backwards.
I'm waking up with a good energy. I'm positive, I'm happy, I'm thankful. I start moving my body. That's the next thing.
Don't tell that nobody can tell you that you cannot do something, or that you are not valuable, or that you are not good enough, or that you cannot do something just because you don't have time, or you're a certain age, or that you have like some time schedule that somebody is not going, seeing you from up and saying, oh, you cannot do it, you can, or hey.
That's it, just do it.
Whenever somebody asks me, do I want to be part of a podcast? Do I want to be part of a panel? Do I want to be part of presenting something? My answer is always yes. Why? Because it enables me to meet new people. It enables me to learn new things and to get different kind of perspectives on the world.
Be curious, be fearless, follow your instincts.
What I do is wake up at 5, I study gratitude, so I write down 10 things I'm grateful for, and then I do a few other things, as in rewriting my paradigm, and I rewrite my goals. If you're going to wake up, as I said, at 5 a.m., it's going to take you a few days to get used to it, but once you do, you probably won't even need the alarm. I feel that whatever I write down on a piece of paper at 5 a.m., it's going to happen, because your mind is so receptive at that time.
I don't just like, oh, it's all perfect. It's not, but like, check it out, build it, make your blockchain, see how it works, look under the hood.
Like, I changed my whole life basically. I don't have a job as such anymore. It's self-employed, it's working from home. I can set my own schedule, and it's great. But yeah, I mean, it is important to have a routine. But what I would suggest is do study first thing in the morning.
Change your own meals. Go and live in the countryside, raise goats. If you want to be a farmer, do it. If you want to build technology for farmers, go grow something. Don't think that someone else is going to do things for you or hand things to you, particularly your golden uncle.
And you don't start anything with, what if it fails?
Yeah.
Don't think about it.
You go for the win.
Yeah.
Being an entrepreneur, you're working 7 days a week. I don't have the weekends off, and I'm okay with that. This is a choice that I made.
You go for the win.
Somebody told this to me once, and at the time I thought it was outrageous. He was a startup person in a VC, and he's like, stop worrying about the money. Stop worrying about the money, where it's going to come from. The money will come. Worrying about it isn't going to make it come your way.
You go for the win.
So you have to scale. You're going to have to form partnerships. You're going to have to network. You're going to have to prove your value. And if you can do that, the money will come.
You go for the win.
We've never been better placed to work where we are, but to be global, to connect with people like us, whether it's through games or online communities or online business networks, to make those connections and forge those kind of alliances and make something happen. Even if you are your business, you are your brand. Like, be fearless, be authentic, be true. Whatever the truth is that you know where you want to be in your career, in the life that you want to lead, live that life that you want to have, and people will understand that. We need people, we need our networks, and we need to build together.
And I think, again, being anyone in your routine of what you want to do that day, you have the choice of saying, okay, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to move my body, or I'm going to wake up and drink coffee right away. It's these habits that you have to start changing and implementing that are ultimately going to bring you joy and bring you happiness.
Because half the time in my life I was just doing these things and I was like, what the fuck am I doing this for? You know, it's not for me. I'm not enjoying it. I'm not getting, what I want from it. So ask yourself what you actually really want.
Another thing that I just avoid completely, as much as I can, is my phone. If I don't have to touch my phone in the morning, I will not touch my phone.
A lot of the times we can feel like, I have to be super productive. I have to do these things and that. No, ask yourself what you want from the day. What do you want from the day? What do you want from yourself? And forget about everybody else on Instagram. Forget everybody else on social media. Even forget about your buddies. Forget about your parents. Forget about your girlfriend, your boyfriend. What do you want? What's the thing that, is going to benefit your life, benefit your well-being, benefit your mind?
You can actually see someone on some perfect destination, like having the perfect body, perfect mood, with perfect people, and they have perfect free time with perfect weather, and they hit a filter.
There's not enough time in this world to be fake about things.
It is very, very common for those people that have been given everything, money, love from parents, from people around them, that they actually just ended up going from rehab to rehab. This is like a common thing.
And this is one of the most dangerous words in the English language. Should. We should be something, or should be doing something, or should feel this way about this certain thing. Ask yourself, do you? Do you really want to? Do you really feel like that? Do you really want to be, doing these things or have this thing? I think the Masters was something that people thought I should do. And I went all the way to the start line. And it was in the start line I realized, no, that's not what I wanted to do.
Setting time aside to partake in self-care. Like, run yourself that hot bath. Read that book that you've wanted to read for years. Paint your nails if you're so inclined. Do that face mask. Like, little things that are minimal effort but make you feel warm, that bring you joy. Do it. That will make such a difference. And start caring less about what people think. Like, I spent so much of my youth worrying about, but what if so-and-so thinks this, and what if so-and-so thinks that? Who gives a shit? This is going to sound bad, but people are selfish. People don't give a shit about you and what you're doing. They're too busy worrying about how people perceive them.
And I wanted to be somebody else so many times and for so long in my life. And it was only when I finally realized and gave into the fact that I was going to be me, regardless of what I wanted or where I was going to go. So it's about time that I made that me the best possible version it could be, and what I saw for it and the best light. That's something as well that we can struggle with in the modern day time, and what I've struggled with so many different times is just being ourselves and just leaning into that and allowing ourselves to just enjoy our own lives.
Because you have to develop that emotional muscle to like recognize the situation you're in, and then being able to like, okay, say I'm now at this point, it is really horrible, it is like complete disaster, and I'm aware of it, and now I'm going to search for something better.
It can be tough nowadays to separate what we actually feel versus what we're made feel by the outside world.
Asking yourself, what are my dreams? And because we all have this piece of us within us that wants the best for ourselves.
What can I do with all my talents, with my characteristics, with my behaviors, and where can I go with this, and how I can get there?
There is this part of you inside you that is pure gold, is the way that I think about it. You can call it your highest self, you can call it divine.
You need to see the vision from your passions, from your childhood, from your history. Even if you are young, 20 years old, you need to come back to your childhood. Oh, this is who I was, this is who I became. Do I want to go that way? Do I want to change? And to visualize that vision.
Finding that part of you and aligning to that can change your life on so many levels.
Yeah. So you need to set them goals and how to get there as close as you can.
Best way to find your goal or your purpose is to try more new things, right? Try more new things, because by trying more new things, you will be able to screen out, right, those so-called bad ideas, right? So I would suggest, right, just try different things, try different jobs, try different projects, different industry, meet different types of people, move yourself out of your comfort zone, enlarge your social circle, right? So I think that is one way. And secondly is about, right, always keep learning, keep trying new things, right? Because in this modern world, I don't think you have like one goal and then you will stick to it, right, throughout, right? And probably this goal is like kind of like a moving goal. It kind of like it is moving, right? You need to keep up with the changing times, right? So yeah, so I would say, like, keep learning, right? Keep exploring.
Just have a clear goal and go for it, no matter what anyone else says. Surround yourself with people who will say yes, go for it, and who will, be there to support you and who can help you in the journey. And whoever says that that's not for you, or you can't do it, or just ignore, let those people go.
And then you can start setting the goals, like, okay, I want to become a millionaire, but why?
What I do is I set goals for every quarter, basically. So like I set goals, and what I do is I try to overextend myself in terms of the possibility of hitting the goals. So I'll set like a revenue goal, or like a subscriber goal, or amount of videos made goal, or whatever, and I'll do it like purposely a bit out of reach. It's still achievable, but it's a bit out of reach, and then I have to like pick up the pieces and try to get there, and I really try to hold myself to it. And that's how I kind of stay motivated and like, I suppose, keep my finger on the pulse, is just having those clear goals there.
That most of those people, that once they do it, they feel different for the rest of their life, because they have seen something. They have seen something different. They realize that this actually exists. They have experienced it, and the emotion is different. That emotion and that perspective is what's something that pulls you forward and can change your life totally.
So when a person says, okay, so now it's December, I'm gonna feed, I'm gonna relax over Christmas, but then in January, I'm gonna start eating healthy, I'm gonna start working out, I'm gonna start reading. And then they do, like, they make that decision in a way, and then they stick to it for a week, 2 or 3 maybe. But then if it's not part of your paradigm, and that's something that, as I said, I don't want to go into too much, but it's literally how are you programmed. So if you're not programmed to eat healthy, if you're not programmed to work out every day, if you're not programmed to read every day, you won't do it. Like, you'll do it for a week or two while there's a bit of motivation. There might be some group accountability. There might be a few friends doing it. But by the end of January, you're all going to quit unless you change the paradigm. So what we say is people are treating the symptoms, but unless you treat the primary cause, which is this part of your subconscious mind, the paradigm, there's no permanent change.
Or like, how do I do that? But really it's getting quiet and listening to yourself, and really, like I said in the beginning, asking yourself what you want.
I'm going to change it, yeah. And even if I don't know how, I will do everything in my power just to go into that direction.
Yes, my business is like one aspect of my life and I love it, but it's not the center of my universe. It's not my sun. My sun is my joy. You know, my sun is my life, my desire, that zest, right? So tune into that, your zest for life, your joy, your play, your pleasure, your desire, and allow that to guide you.
And even though I do not know when it will end, when will I change it, who will help me, whether it's possible for me, what will it take, I don't know anything, but I know I will go into that direction, and one day it will happen.
Yeah, it's you know what, you can't figure it out in a day. Like what we did is, like, you have 7 days of goal setting, so every single day you're thinking about your goals, you're rewriting them. It's like you're filtering and filtering and filtering until you get to the one.
I like to make a list of what I need to accomplish.
Everyone are talking in that same pattern. You know, they had a goal, they had the current position, they did not know how to close that gap, how to go reach that level, and the only thing they had is like continuous search for that.
Because many people just complain that how life is short. Life is not short at all, actually. You know, it feels short when you start enjoying the life every single second, and when you start working on yourself, when you start working on your improvements.
And the difference between the time of those who are actually have achieved it in shorter period of time and those who have achieved it in a longer period of time is the intensity of their emotion, the intensity of their hunger, of their desire. And this desire is something that is also not given to people. I believe this is not something that you are born with. The hunger is something you are actually consciously producing.
When you will get older, you will actually be not sorry for what you did.
But sometimes you will have sad times, sometimes you will be sick, or sometimes you're not going to succeed, and have that vision, long-term goal in the mind, so you can continue.
So if you show that you have a quality life, then people will trust you that you can give them the quality of services and products. If you live confused life, nervous life, sick life, let's say, then I believe that they will not be very happy to do business with you.
You have to make mistakes, of course. You have to make mistakes, but then think of yourself when you are getting older. Will I kind of be regretting what I did, or maybe I will be kind of proud of myself and happy that I actually start something, even if it didn't work out well for me, you know, but it changed my life in certain directions and I didn't waste the opportunities.
Just make sure whatever you do that you don't have any regrets.
So that's what I believe the goal is, you know, learning how to give ourselves our own advice, learning how to heal ourselves, learning how to listen to our inner wisdom and our inner intuition, because we have all the answers. You know, everything that we need is within us.
So yeah, I think it's just about like tuning into that desire and really allowing yourself to be guided by it and not allowing outside forces to squash that fire.
Like, yeah, give less of a shit.